igniting community, a safe space to learn, share, and grow. Don't forget to like and subscribe below.
Hello and welcome back to my video series. My name is Danielle and I am talking about my anxious co-pilot, as I have lovingly called my anxiety. It is something that I am learning still every day to accept and love about myself, as it does serve a purpose, although most of the time it just feels like a lot of work. So thank you for joining me. Happy New Year. I have been thinking a lot lately about setting my intentions for the new year. There's been so much talk over the last couple weeks and even months leading up to the end of the year about setting our New Year's resolutions. Do you have goals? Are you looking to, set a new path for yourself in the new year? And I feel like through the month of December, you have so much going on. You are getting ready for the holidays, you're getting gifts, you're baking, you're doing the traditions. There's just so much go-go energy throughout the whole month. You're trying to finalize things with work. You're looking forward to those vacations, events, time with family, time alone, quiet time, whatever that may be for you. And then within that 2-week period when you're off, you're also supposed to set goals for an entire year coming up. And most of the time, I don't know about you, but I set goals. They start January 1st, and it feels like a lot of pressure to put on ourselves right after such a busy, emotionally charged month. So over this last year, while I've been learning different tools and talking to different people and reading different things, I came across the idea of a word of the year as opposed to setting New Year's resolutions and goals. What I really like about the idea of word of the year is it's not so much about crossing off goals on a list as it is about setting the tone for your year in terms of energy and feelings, which I'm really excited about because it doesn't feel like so much pressure. Like, I know in the past I've set goals that I want to work out so many times a week. And sometimes there's weeks where it just doesn't work out like that. You start to get down on yourself and feel like, oh, I'm not working hard enough. I'm not going to meet my goals. And you can really spiral into this sense of lack. And I think usually when we set goals or resolutions, I know for myself, they usually come from a place of lack. I am looking to fill the spaces that I feel I need to do better and to be better. Resolutions, the more I come to reflect on them, feel more like I'm trying to change who I am, because who I've been over the last year wasn't quite good enough, I guess. And I'm just always trying to make a better version of myself. And I think it's important that we evolve, but I think sometimes the intention comes out of the wrong place and more of a sense of negativity that you're not good enough, you're lacking. And so that can just feel so powerful and so emotionally charged. Where I'm feeling with the word of the year, it just comes with more of a feeling and a sense of being, and there's more room for ebbing and flowing and transitioning. So for me, I had to sort of look more into this, so I thought maybe I'd share how to determine a word of the year for yourself. So it's really important to reflect on the last year. How are you feeling? What could I use more of in my life? What in the last year do I feel I need less of? Are there characteristics that I want to embody? But at the end, it's how do I want to feel in 2022? Once you can determine that, like visualizing this world for yourself. You know, what would a perfect day feel like? And it doesn't have to be the perfect day that everybody else would accept. What's a perfect day for you? And there's no limit on what a perfect day would feel like or what you desire to feel like. If that's what you want, then go for it. Put it out there. You never know what may come. So give yourself the opportunity to just relax and just let what comes flow out. On your perfect day, when you wake up, what do you want to feel like? What would it feel like when you woke up on your perfect day? What kinds of things would you be doing, throughout the day? What kind of energies and are you bringing to your day? Going to work or staying home, your weekends. And then when you go to bed at the end of the night, what do you want to feel like at the end of your day? How do you want to go to bed at the end of the night? What feelings do you want to take with you? But the key to all of this brainstorming is to be relaxed, because when we get really rigid about making the perfect list, which I feel I know very much about because I always want the perfect everything, and that usually keeps me from making lists like this because I'm worried about the meaning behind every word. So just let it flow and then assess it later. Which, it's easy for me to say, but it's also a practice for me as well. So it's just a good idea to keep in mind. So then, have this raw, unedited list. And then look at it, review it, refine it. Maybe look for those common themes, because depending on how you may feel, some of the words you pick for your list might actually all relate. Try some of them on, think about, if my word was confidence, what would it feel like to be confident? And use that to sort of brainstorm your day and your perfect situation. But then I was reading an article and it said, once you pick your word, think about the most important question being, are you committed to your word, or are you interested in the word? The difference being that when you're interested in a word, you may be more likely to find excuses and reasons as to why you weren't successful or why you aren't seeking more of that in your life and things that may bring that to your life. Versus if you're committed to a word, you're going to be more likely to implement actions and to find sources that really back up that word. You're going to really manifest it and bring things into your life because you're really looking for it. Another thing that I learned this year that I love about Word of the Year is also to embrace the alternate side of the word. So the example for me would be confidence, which I used earlier. Of course, through the year, we're looking for examples and strategies and tools and people and places and experiences that are going to really build up our confidence. But we have to also honor and respect and be gentle with ourselves when we don't feel that every day. It's, we're human. We are going to have days where we're going to feel insecure and doubtful, and that's okay. We're still learning, and nothing is ever constant. It's always ebbing and flowing, and we need to be able to accept that with confidence sometimes comes insecurity and doubt, and all of it is okay. It's perfectly fine to accept all of the spectrum of emotion. Of course, I want to feel confident every day. That is my goal, to feel confident. But you know what? It takes practice. And some days, it's just not my day. And you know what? I'm learning that is okay. But it's still there, and it'll be there tomorrow or later in the day. So be patient. And when you're picking your word, consider the alternate side of that word. How would it feel to exude the more shadowy side of the word, because of course the word of the year is going to feel very light and it's going to be bright and energetic and something to energize us. But if we can learn to respect the other side of the word, then I think that we're really going to be more successful. So I'm still working on the word of the year, and the fact is, it doesn't have to be done for January 1st, and that's totally fine. It'll, my hope is that by the end of the month, I definitely have 1, maybe 2, 3. I don't think we should be limited to a word of the year either. So go with what feels right for you. And I hope that if you've never heard of this concept before, it intrigues you a little bit as it intrigued me. And I would really love to hear if you've decided to take this route for yourself and you've picked a word of the year. Leave it in a comment if you feel comfortable. I would really love to know what everybody else's words for the year are. I think it's really good community building exercise to, build each other up if I know what you're working towards, and I would love to be able to support you in whatever way that I can. So thank you for checking out my video again this week. I hope that you are all doing well in the new year and staying safe, and I'll see you again next week, or 2 weeks, I guess. Anyways, thank you very much for checking me out, and I'll see you guys again. Bye.